Hey, second graders, it's Mrs. Barhorst here with some phonics for you. We are going to start today with high frequency and word practice 19. We're going to start it together. You can finish with your teacher at home if you choose to. I keep freezing for some reason. Sorry, kiddos. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you know that there are two phonics dances. I forgot to post the ER one yesterday, so we'll have an ER one for you, and we'll have today's as well. So make sure you take a look at those phonics dances. I'm going to have you repeat after me. Repeat the sound Very good. Go ahead and write the letter that represents the sound like monkey. We're going to start easy here. You should have written an M. All right. Repeat again. B. Repeat. Good. Write it. Check with me. A B represents the sound B, like balloon. Here we're going to get into a little bit harder. Repeat this sound. Shh. Repeat. Write it. Digraph SH. Very good. Digraph SH. Remember, shark, shh. Very good. Shark, shh. And a digraph is two letters that make one sound. Here is the next sound for you. Ch. Repeat. Good. Write it. Two letters represent this sound, ch. And that is CH. Very good. Ch, like cheese. All right, this next sound has a lot of choices. Repeat, k. Good. There's a lot of different ways we can represent that sound. It could be C, comma, or a K, or in the final position after a short word of a short vowel, CK, a one-syllable short word following a short vowel. And if you remember your digraph, duck, k. All right, this next one I'm going to have you say is repeat, zzz, repeat. Two choices now, kiddos. Z, like zebra, is your first choice when fingerspelling, but there's a second choice now, and that is an S, a voiced S. When following a letter that is voiced, the S makes the voiced sound. Z. All vowels are voiced, by the way, and here's your picture card. Rose, Z. All right, repeat after me. Repeat. Good, write it. Two letters represent that sound like thimble. T and H, very nice, thimble. All right, this next word, the next sound is v. Repeat, like feather. A TH again. Okay, and we're going to stop there. You are welcome to go through the rest of the alphabet. The ones that have more than one choice are going to already be done. These two right here. And your digraphs, remember there's two letters that represent that one sound. Alrighty? And we're going to move on for today, actually. If I don't knock everything over. All right, kiddos, we are going to go ahead and review some words. And the first review word is going to be under. Repeat, under. Good. Under has our new combination ER. Under. In the final position is represented by a combination ER. You're not going to just have an just an R all alone. It's usually going to be ER. Make sure you check with mine. Number 2 also has combination ER. It's the word her. Repeat, her. Right, write it. And check with mine. All right, number 3. Number 3 is an action word like run or walk. It's actually the word verb. Repeat, verb. V, like vest. Combination ER. It's in the middle. It's usually at the end, but it's in the middle of this one. And B. Now, the reason I paused there is because I wanted to explain. I only hear the sounds V, R, and B. If I was finger spelling that, I would only hear V, R, and B. So what I want you to make sure you do is look at it and know that every word has to have a vowel in it. And oftentimes that bossy R is going to change the way a vowel sounds. So that's how I know I need to sneak that E in there. All right, sight words. The first sight word is was. Repeat was. I was outside in the crazy wind today. Was. All right, W, A, and S. Number 5 sight word is what. What. Repeat what. Write it. What has 2 fair positions, the beginning wah and the t at the end, but the A sounds like a U, so that does not follow our phonics rules. That's an unfair position to that word. Number 6, the sight word is where. Repeat where. Question word where. Not like I wear clothes, but where are you? Go ahead and write it. And then check with mine. All right, friends, with your family at home, your at-home teacher, check your high-frequency word box, say and spell. We're going to move on to the lesson of the day. Okay, I'm just going to block this out a little bit so I don't get you distracted here with all those things. All right, we're going to go ahead and echo some words, and I want you to be listening to the medial position. Medial position just means middle, okay? The medial position, middle. So repeat after me. First, good, dirt, nice, and skirt. Good. First, dirt, and skirt. What do you hear in the middle position, in the medial position? What sound do you hear? Very good. We just learned that is combination ER, but there's also another combination that makes the sound. Let me show you what these words look like, and if you already did the phonics dance, you have a good idea. Here's your words. Here is first, dirt, and skirt. I hear the in the medial position. What is the 2 letters that sound like in the middle of these words? Combination IR. Very good. And how do we code combinations? We code them with an arc. So I'm going to arc around like a big smile, like a breathe but big, and on the bottom, around that combination IR in the middle position. Usually ER combination is at the end, the final position, and IR is in the medial position most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time. It's a good rule to follow. So I already told you that it is a combination. A combination, if you remember from yesterday, is 2 letters that make an unexpected sound. And the IR combination, I just want to remind you a little bit, it has a bossy R in it. Teachers call it a bossy R or an R control. The bossy R changes the way the vowel sounds. Okay? You know that the vowel I sounds like I, like inch, or I like icicle, but it actually doesn't sound like anything because that R is bossy. When the R follows a vowel, it changes that vowel sound. And we do, again, code it with an arc. Okay? So do we need any more codes in these words? Nope, just 1 code each. They are all done. So I have a picture card for you today, and it goes with combination IR. Here I'll show you first. Here's just the letter card, combination IR. And then I'm going to give you a little clue. This picture has a keyword on it that goes with combination IR. This is an animal, and this animal has 2 legs, has the in the medial position. This next clue is going to give it away. It has feathers, and it has wings. What do you think it is? Say it out loud if you know. I heard some. It's bird. Good. When you see this card, you say bird. Repeat that with me. Bird. Very good. All right. So that's our new picture card. And here are some examples of words with combination IR in the medial position. Let's try some words with that in the position, in the middle here. It can sometimes come in the final position as well. I should have said that. So it's often in the middle position most of the time, but it can be found sometimes in the final position. And here's some examples of both of those. Number 7 is sir. A polite word to call a gentleman is a sir. Sir has combination IR and the final position. Okay. Number 8, here it is in that medial middle position like bird. It's the word shirt. Shirt has sh, digraph, t. Now you don't hear the I, okay? That's what makes combinations kind of hard because the R is so bossy, it changes that vowel sound. So sh, t. If you spell it without the I, it's not going to look right to you because you know you've got to have a vowel in there. All right, and here's a number 9. This next word is stir. Stir. Nice blend in there. S, write it. T. Combination has both I and R in it. So here's our new words with the combination IR in it. Make sure that you've done that phonics dance with the IR. We're going to go on to our coding today, and here's number 1. If you forget how to code combinations, there's your little clue right up there with the arc. We are going to go ahead and take a look at number 1, S-K-I-R-T. S-K-I-R-T, how do we code that word? If we don't know it, we need to code it so we can figure out what are the sounds it makes and blend it together. So I see combination IR, and I'm going to sneak that in here right now. And then I don't really see anything else that I need to code today. I'm going to take my mask off. It kind of looks like I got a bib on today. All right, so I'm going to blend these sounds together now. Sk, skirt, skirt. The word is skirt, and I see a picture of a skirt. So I'm going to make that connection there. And then number 2, if you come across this word and you're not sure of what it is, T-H-I-R-D. Well, TH is a digraph, so I'm going to underline my digraph, 2 letters that make one sound, okay? And I'm going to make combination IR, arced. So now I know the sounds are th, d. And I'm going to put them together and blend them. Third. Really quickly. Third. Third is the number 2 word. There is no picture to match. Number 3. Take a look at number 3. Always look for vowels are coded. They just happen to be coded with an arc this time because they're part of a combination. So IR is going to be arced underneath. And there's no other codes for this word, so I know it's swirl, swirl. And here's a picture of a swirl. All right, number 4. Woo, big word. I see a lot of letters, so I'm going to take a look and count up my vowels. I do have 2 vowels, so I'm going to put a little V underneath my U and my E, and I'm going to code from vowel to vowel. Consonant N, consonant D, and then I can see that pattern. And that pattern that we've learned so far, we'll learn more patterns, but this is a VCCV pattern. And the division line for VCCV patterns are between the consonants. Then I'm going to take a look at the vowels because I know vowels also need coded. Let's take a look at this first one. The U is followed by a consonant, so I'm going to breathe it. One other thing I want to remind you of is when you have a VCCV pattern and you divide between the consonants, usually the accent mark is found in the first syllable, and it is for this one as well. Now, the next vowel I want to look at is that E. Now, it's not like elephant, and it's not E like equals. It's part of a combination. So I'm going to arc it, and that's all the code I need for that vowel E. So now I can focus on one syllable at a time. Blun, and the second syllable is der, blunder, and together it makes blunder. If you make a mistake, it's a blunder. It's not a word that we use very often, but I have heard it in movies before, and even in some books, a blunder, a mistake, or kind of like a blooper. No picture of that. Number 5, S and an O. I see vowel O, so I'm going to take a closer look and see there's no consonant afterwards. So macron and accent, that short word, And now that I know the sounds, I can blend them together. So, it's really windy outside, so my hair looks crazy. Okay? Kind of like a cause and effect. That word so is very good for cause and effect. Number 6. Number 6 has 2 vowels, just like number 4. I'm going to code vowel to vowel. Okay? Then I'm going to make 2 C's because I know these 2 T's are consonants. Division line between the C's, accent that first syllable. Short U followed by a consonant. This E is a vowel. It has to be coded. And we're going to do that with an arc. There's one more thing that I forget sometimes, and you've probably caught me that I've forgotten them. I need a K back. So now I know this first syllable is clut, and the second syllable is tur. Don't get overwhelmed by really long words. Look at them, code them off on a piece of paper to the side or on a whiteboard. If it's on a paper, just code it right on there. We could code wherever we want on this paper. But if you focus on one syllable at a time, it will be no worries. Clut and tur is clutter or a mess, a disorganized mess. All my pictures over there of all my kids, and it's kind of a clutter, like a mess of clutter. So I can see this locker has a lot of clutter. Not organized. A disorganized mess is clutter. Okay? And again, feel free to code more on the back if you need to with your teacher at home. But I am going to grab some colors because I like to color code these RUWs at the bottom. I got my colors. Do 2 shades of green. Let's not do that. Let's do a blue. So here I'm going to go ahead and tear out so I can focus in on that bottom. Keep in mind what a good reader is able to do. A good reader is able not only to sound out words and think about what makes sense, a good reader is also able to sound out words when they're in a short story, not just alone like we did up here. And a good reader is able to go back into a story to figure out answers. Now, I've told you before, when I was little, we would read stories and the teacher would say, put your books away, close them up, and we'd have to just kind of remember, what did we read? But it's different now. We want you to be able to be smart enough to go back, because in real life, if you don't know the answer to something, you're going to go look it up, and that's what we want to teach you. We want you to read, we want you to underline in the text, and we want you to write complete answers if it's a sentence, or fill in the blank by writing or fill in the bubbles. So we're going to do that with this little checklist that's super helpful, and it's called RUW. So I'm going to have you go ahead and RUW through 7. By the question mark, and 8, and 9. Let's make that green. Now you can just use pencil, but I like to use color so you can see it. And on the last one, 10. Okay, and even if your answers are not directly in the text, which text is just another word for words, it's okay. There's usually clues in there, okay? So let's take a look and read together this short story. Okay, let's start with the word the. Ready? Go. The shed has its first drip. So Lester will get a ladder and fix the drip. I expect Dad to be glad that Lester can fix the drip. Okay, now I was telling you, if you didn't know this word here, you could code it out and be able to figure out this word. And that word is ladder. I did help it with you, but I want to make sure you know that it's okay to code words that you don't know if you don't have an adult there. So the shed has its first drip, so Lester will get a ladder and fix the drip. Oh, I see. I expect Dad to be glad that Lester can fix the drip. So the shed has a blank. Has a blank. Has its first drip. It has a drip. I'm going to underline drip there. And whether you say first drip or you say drip, it's still correct. So I read and I underlined. Now I'm going to write the word drip on the blank. Start like a C for the D. I'm going to write it in there to complete the sentence, and I'm going to cross out my W because I wrote the answer. All right, number 8. Where is the drip? Where is the drip? I have to go back and look at this. The shed has its first drip, so Lester will get a ladder and fix the drip. It doesn't say where the drip is, but I do have a clue. If you need a ladder, it must be high up in the first drip is in the shed. At first I thought it was asking me, is it in the ceiling or is it on a wall? I do know that there's a ladder there, but the drip isn't in the ladder. They use the ladder to get to fix the drip. There's nothing about tubs, So I underlined that it was a shed that had the drip, and I'm going to write in the blank right there. Okay. Number 9, Dad will fix the drip. Fix the drip. I remember that word fix up there. Let me look. Fix. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the sentence that has fix in it. I expect Dad to be glad that Lester can fix the drip. This says Dad will fix the drip. But up here it says Lester can fix the drip. Dad's just glad. He didn't fix the drip. So we read and we underlined, and I'm going to put no because actually who's fixing the drip is Lester. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the no and cross that out. And number 10, we kind of already answered this. Who will fix the drip? I'm going to underline it again. Lester can fix the drip. Lester can fix the drip. So we read and we underlined. We looked for that keyword fix in the story. And now we can fill in the bubble with Lester and cross out the W. So reading and underlining and writing is what a good reader is able to do to find text, to cite text evidence to prove that your answer is correct. You are welcome to do those on the back as well. So thank you for being great listeners today and filling out your workbook. And make sure you get those phonics dances in today. Eventually we're going to make a video of like the last 5 or 6 dances so you don't have to click on all those different ones. And then that way you can review them as well. So thank you guys, and I will see you again soon.